Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to be the best Cypher main on Sunset. I'm going to teach you a bunch of attacking strategies, how to lurk, when to lurk, where to lurk, some nice cams you can use on attack, and some tripwires that you can also use so that you can dominate the competition in your Sunset games. Because I know Sunset is a map loads of people hate. I kind of like it. So I'm going to teach you guys some strategies that will also make you like it and make you win every single time. So, let's get into the video. Alright, on this map, I think the main thing you need to focus on is lurking into mid. I think mid control is fantastic. You need to do it almost every round for you to be successful and win most of your games. So, I'll put timestamps in the description if you want to skip to like the mid lurks and all of that. But let's start off on A, lurking on A, and then we'll shift across. So, when you guys are pushing A site, this is a tripwire you want to do, nice and simple. Why? Because if an enemy teammate is pushing from spawn, he's going to end up in this area. If an enemy teammate is pushing from mid, it's going to end up here. And where do these entrances meet? Right here. That's the only way they can flank you is if they end up here. But what do? We put this juicy tripwire down. They're not going to be able to flank. If they do manage to flank, they're going to bump into this. They're going to break this. You can tell your teammates to turn around. And now this guy isn't doing so good because he's just going to die. This tripwire is also great if an enemy is pushing out of A main. Maybe you guys are playing really slow. Maybe you want to push into B. Maybe you are pushing into mid and lurking. The enemy team will be greedy. They're going to take this orb because that's what enemy teammates do. They take this. They're going to smoke this. They're going to be like, I really want to get a few kills. Let me go mid. Because going mid is actually the right thing to do on this map. But let's go mid, guys. And the enemy Raze is tiptoeing across, thinking she's sneaky, like, uh-oh. The tripwire's caught her. So it's going to hold in people pushing into A and people pushing out of A, so this tripwire is fine. If the enemy team has a Raze, a lot of the time she's going to nade over here. It's going to bounce off of this, and it's just going to land on your foreheads like this. And what that means is, it's probably going to break your tripwire. So if you think a Raze is going to do that, then wait until you put your tripwire down. So when the Raze nade does come down, she won't break your tripwire, then you can put it down. Or if you see the nade coming and you're in this area, just pick it back up. It's fine. You're sorted. So that's how you kind of deal with that. If you want early information into A main, and I highly recommend using this camera, even if you've like already pushed onto A site, it's just when the barrier, before the barrier goes down, you can literally put this camera down. And then when the barrier drops, then you can, then you'll be able to see all of this. All of this is being watched. All of that's being watched too. So maybe you didn't pay too much attention and the Raze nade broke your tripwire. Maybe that happened. Oh no. Haha. Not a problem anymore because now my camera's watching flank. Look at that beauty right there. Spawn. Mid. End up here. What's that watching? What's my cam watching? All of this. It's also watching this. If enemies are rotating from mid, you will see that. If enemies are playing early when the barrier goes down, maybe they're trying to push up, maybe they're doing a little setup, you're going to see that. Some sages have a wall that allows them to then get up and hide behind this green box. Then they crouch. Now you'll be able to see her little ponytail stick out. Ping her with your camera. She's not going to have a nice time. So that's kind of your general setup you want to do for A site if you guys are pushing A site. If you are lurking into A lobby and your teammates are going B, then what I suggest you do is as soon as a round starts, quickly go and place your tripwire like this for your teammates and then run all the way back to A site. And you'll be able to place your camera down and you'll probably get like a second or so left and then the barrier goes down. So you'll be here nice and comfortable. You'll be fine. You'll be here in time. Alright. If you are lurking onto A site, then I would suggest wait a couple seconds. You don't have to activate your cam straight away. You can leave it for a bit. So if you don't activate your cam, they're not going to see the cam. And what that's going to mean is no one's watching A site. So what that also means is that they can have the chance to push and take the orb. As they're taking the orb, wait a second, and then pow, you kill one. Peek again, you kill two. Or you can kill one and then just run away. Because now your teammates, it's a 5v4. But easy for you guys. You can tell your teammates to come over and just slap him up. And it'll be like a 5v1. This guy is trying to defend his dead teammate over there. So that's kind of how you want to deal with before you initially start. Don't immediately start pushing because it doesn't really favor you. Yeah, you get vision on the orb. But enemies can come from this way. Enemies can come from that way. So you've got more things to clear. So just wait a second. Wait for them to make the move. Then you make your move and you're better. like this. And you see what I'm saying? Like this area, there's a wall that just extends up to here. So what this means is you can literally just clear the left side whilst being completely protected from the right side. Once the left side's clear, then you can clear the right side. I personally wouldn't recommend lurking into this area on A site, because if your teammates are pushing B, look at the distance.
Here.
112 meters away from your teammates. That's quite a, it's quite a bit. So you don't want to be too far. I would recommend lurking from here, then going link maybe. That's probably the best option for you if you are lurking onto a site to then flank the enemy teammates. So once you've cleared the left, once you've cleared the right, then you can come over here. You can wait. You then use your camera to clear this out. Maybe there's a stinky guy who's crouching over here trying to hold an off angle thinking he's big. No, you're going to kill him. You can see all of this. Now you clear this. You can also clear sight. Or what I like doing is I like smoking sight like this. So if anybody was playing in elbow, they'll see a smoke like this. But you can cross safely over here. And now you can wait in spawn like this. You can literally just wait. He's going to think you didn't see him or you weren't paying attention. And he's going to think you're going to be down here. He's going to think, oh guys, wait, Cypher's behind you. Oh no. Then enemy team are going to be looking for you. But you're just going to be, waiting in here. And as he's coming up, trying to chase you down, thinking, oh, I'm going to get a free kill. Pow! Stab him. What's he going to do? You're just playing mind games. And then you can just tell your teammates, come to A, it's free. Stuff like that. So smoking this area off, fantastic if you're lurking onto A. See, once you're in this area, don't go into the enemy spawn. It's just going to take too long. If your teammates are already on B and you're going to be like down here or down here, you're still too far. So just try and be a little bit quick now. Try and get over here. Maybe you can get into market again. You'll be able to get into market because you've got your tripwire watching B, so no one can flank them. Now you're in market. And if someone did push up over here, they still haven't broken your tripwire. And what they think is they've pushed up, so no one else must be in mid. But now you're here. Now the threat of you cleared out A link. Now you could either be Boba or you could either be mid. They've got to put one more person watching. There'll be one person watching Boba. There'll also be one person watching market like this. Because they don't know where you are, because you've killed the guy that was on A site. And you could just be chilling. But I do recommend either going back into mid or market, because it's a lot safer for you. It gives you more options. You can cage this area off like this and you can cross to over here and maybe pay post plant like this, because the typical default plant spots like around here, what people do. I personally like planting here, especially if the enemy team doesn't have a sage. Why? Because if we're playing post plant over here and the bomb's there, this person can defuse on the left, they can defuse on the right, they can defuse on the spike. It's a bit too much. But if you planted right here, they can only defuse from like this area, right? It's just a little bit easier. You literally just have to and you're sorted. So that's kind of how you lurk from A. And so we literally lurked from A onto B. And now I'll show you how to lurk from mid. So I recommend lurking from this side of mid, because when the barriers goes down, the enemy team cannot see you. You can just shift up over here nice and safe. Obviously be careful, because some enemy teammates can actually just push out of you, or push out of mid this way. So you might bump into each other, have a little awkward confrontation, and it's not going to be pleasant. But if they are pushing out of mid, then you can just wait here. So if you are pushing up, you can just wait either here. You can wait over here. You can hold an off angle by literally just standing in the open like a little clown. And so as his crosshairs, like here, clearing this corner, he's then gonna be, as he's looking here, you're just gonna be standing in the open, like hello, bang. What's he gonna do? You've killed him. So lurking onto. If your teammates are pushing B, or if they're pushing A, I still suggest putting this tripwire down, and then obviously try and keep the one on B to kind of prevent yourself from being flanked. And then what you can do is, if you are lurking onto this part of mid, you can put a countdown like this, so you don't get timinged. And by timinged, I mean as you're pushing up this way, an enemy teammate can actually push up this way. So you're pushing forward, he's pushing backwards this way, and you might get timing. So as you're peeking out into here, he's peeking into here, and he's going to walk into your spawn, you're going to walk into their spawn, and then he's going to surprise your teammates are going to complain, because that's what teammates do. So this cam, you can just tap it every now and then, and you'll see him walking. You can also see B. So if someone's walking out of B lobby, hello, my cam sees you. So it's a pretty nice cam that you can do if you are pushing from this side of B. You can also change the camera direction. You can put it over here if you want to give you a little bit of early vision into mid, a little bit more mid vision. That's also fine. It just kind of blocks off this area, but the other cam doesn't see that either, and it doesn't let you see into B lobby. So if someone is pushing out of B lobby, you ain't gonna see that. But this one can be good, especially if you're kind of like hiding here. You know, as someone's walking across, boom, pinged. Someone's walking out of market, boom, pinged, and then just pow. So that's where this cam would be useful. But once you're in this area, I suggest waiting. Wait for the enemy team to make footsteps going to link. Wait for them to make footsteps as they're rotating, and then you want to capitalize, because they won't expect this.
Oh my days, man.
Careful. Deleted. Cage triggered. One enemy remaining. Wiped clean.
I'm gonna say. But there's gonna be enemies that are gonna be playing here. They're gonna be contesting mid. This is kind of like their area to contest. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be someone here. But you see how easy it is for you to surprise them. All of this is completely protected. You can safely walk up to here. Safe. You know, they can't see you if you're shifting all the way up. That's how good this is. If you are lurking from this side of mid, you've got to have this smoked off now, and then you've got to focus on this. So you're kind of more exposed. They might pre-fire you with an operator. You're less protected. They might sova dart up here and shoot you through your cages. Not the best. You might want to smoke this off and then end up here, but then they'll see someone crossing, or they'll see a cage going there. You know. So I do suggest starting from this area if you are lurking onto mid. Once you've made enough noise onto A or enough noise onto B, you being in the enemy spawn is so easy. Because look. Hello. I'm in the enemy spawn. That's how simple it is. In low elo, people would tend to just close this instantly, especially if they're scared or if it's their first time playing this map. Kind of like on Ascent when people just insta-close the B market doors. So that might be closed. If it's not closed, you can smoke you off. If you're feeling confident, you don't need to smoke you off. Just clear the angle and then boom, you're down here. Once you're here, this map favors attackers. This is such an attack-sided map. Why? Because look, this wall has been extended out. It's extending out to protect you from the right side. So it's telling you clear the left. Why? Because as I'm clearing the left side, I've got this big fat wall protecting me from anyone who's trying to hold this angle like this. Because I'm here. I've cleared the left side. And then I can clear the right side. But I've gotten so much space. You see, if you want, just smoke this off and then you have a free walk in the park to the enemy spawn. Wow, look at that. You can obviously watch this a little bit and then just boom, clear the left. You're protected from this big wall. Then clear the right. You can wait here as the enemy team are rotating. Kill them. You can push into spawn. You can smoke this off if you want like this and then advance over here. There's just so many opportunities once you do manage to get into this area, or if you do manage to push up into here. This is great if you have if you are a Yoru. So this could be a general tip. If you're a Yoru, if you're an Omen, when the barrier goes down, you can just TP into this corner. So if an enemy team is pushing out this way, they kind of won't expect you to be in this corner because you'll just be there instantly. So, you know, you might catch them by surprise, or you can just TP into this corner and then wait a second and then just TP over here, and you get there in 2 TPs in like a second. You get there so quick. You can smoke this off and TP into your smoke. You can smoke this off and walk into your cage. There's just so many opportunities if you come from this way of mid. Obviously, you can have your cam set up like this, watching you. That's fine. The only downside of this part of mid is that the cams aren't the best. They don't watch a lot of mid. The good thing is you've got tripwires covering both of your flanks, and you're protected the entire time. If you don't get time to put your tripwire down on A, it's perfectly fine. You can just use one on B. This B tripwire is great. If your teammates are pushing B, this tripwire will hold the flank for them. If your teammates are pushing A, this tripwire is great for you, because anybody who's pushing out of B will bump into this tripwire. And then you don't need your tripwire on A. If you maybe you don't get time. I still do suggest trying to put it down on A lobby, but if you don't get time, then this one's fine if you're lurking on this side of mid and your teammates are going A side. Why? Because no one can flank them from spawn because your tripwire's there and you're watching mid. You know? When the barrier goes down, boom, look at that, mid control. This is why this side of mid is a little better in terms of cameras. Everything else, the other side of mid's better to lurk from. But if you want more mid control, look at this. This cam watches lobby. This cam watches market. This cam watches spawn. It's such a good cam. But it can easily get shot, so that is a problem. What you could also do is you can jump onto this box. You can then jump onto this box. I don't know why it made me like wiggle a little bit. You can jump onto this box. You can jump onto this box. And now, don't tell anybody this. Don't tell anybody this. Don't show anybody this. This is only a thing I'm going to show in this video. This is a cam. Look at that! I've shown this attack on my defense guide where if you come out, you can place it on the umbrella. But you can actually do the same thing on attack. If you can place it there on that umbrella, look at this. Look at this. Everything's being watched. Lobby's being watched. This is being watched. That's being watched. And it's kind of like, it's such a weird place to put a cam. It's not really in anybody's base, and it's kind of covered by the umbrella. So like people are clearing this, they're clearing that. It's on the underside of the umbrella. It's not kind of sticking out over there. So it's pretty well hidden. And you can actually see their legs. Look at that. I can see the leg. But the cam's a little bit, you know, in a weird spot. So it's a pretty weird spot. It's an off angle. Don't keep doing this, but this is also good. It's a good one to do. Especially if they keep shooting the ones here. Or people like raise nading here. And for some reason, the raise nades break that cam up there. So it ain't going to break the one up there. So that's a nice mid cam you could do if you guys are, if you're lurking onto B. If you are lurking from this way, maybe your teammates are pushing A, maybe your teammates are pushing B, and you don't have a tripwire there, then it's a bit of a problem, but I'm a problem solver. You can either smoke this off and then proceed to go here, or you can use a camera that just allows you to see into there, which is basically just that. Just literally that. Now, if someone's pushing out of this way, you're going to see that. So you can, you know, you can just hold this angle for a little bit, wait a couple seconds. If no one's pushing this way, they might be in spawn, but your tripwire is kind of watching that, so you can tell your teammates, be careful, you know, and then just wait, boom. And I honestly, you don't tell your teammates to smoke this. If you tell your teammates to smoke this, then enemies are probably going to kill you. You kind of want to lurk by yourself on this map. So slowly clear, slowly clear. If they have an operator and you die like this once, then don't go this way at all, because it's dangerous. You're going to get upped again. Even if you smoke this and try and cross over, they're going to shoot you through this thing. So this side of mid's only really good if you want mid control in terms of vision. If you want more vision onto mid, then you can put your cam there. You can put your cam there. You can put your cam on the little umbrella. So that's kind of how you want to play this side of mid. You just want to watch and wait. Watch and wait. Watch and wait with your cams. Be in your cams the entire time, you know. Scan different parts. So that's kind of how you want to play it this left side of mid. If you want to lurk up from this left side of mid, you got to lurk up really late. You got to use your cams for vision. You got to lurk up really late. A lot of the time, enemies are going to be pushing out. They're going to be hiding here. An Omen might smoke this up. He might play into his smoke. You got to let them push you. If you're playing on this side of mid, try and let them push you. If you want to lurk into mid, then you want to use this side of mid. It's a lot easier for you. It's a lot safer for you. It's a lot more beneficial for your team because they don't have to waste utility to smoke you out of different situations. So if you want to lurk into mid, go this way. If you want to get vision on mid, and maybe if you want to decide on whether or not you want to tell your teammates to rotate over to A, or you just want a little bit of mid control, or maybe post plant, maybe you plant B main and now you want to push up into market, then you come this way. That's why the cams are useful, because they'll give you the vision to allow you to come this way. Because if you're going to dry peek this, you might win the 1v1 there, but how often are you going to always win the 1v1? How often are you always going to kill everyone who's peeking you? You know, it's not common. So you've got more angles to clear. You've got to deal with this side. You've also got to deal with anyone who's flanking you this way if you didn't get time to put your tripwire down, because you've got to be in your camera to kind of see that kind of stuff. Or you can just hold this angle, you know. This side of mid is for you to hold the flank. For you to wait, gain vision, and then decide what to do. Then decide if you want to push into mid. Because once your cam clears it, then you can just lightly clear, you know. Then you can walk over here. And you can push into market. So this left side of mid is So this B side of mid, the left side of mid, is great at vision control. It's great at holding the flank. If you want to be aggressive, then I suggest going this way, because you're protected. You get so much more space. Look at that. Oh. Your angles are more isolated. You're going to be more successful lurking up this way. If you want more vision and you want to do a late lurk, then come from this way. If you want to do an early lurk, or maybe you just want to, you know, play a little bit closer to your team if they're going A side, then this mid tiles area is fantastic for you. I personally wouldn't lurk onto B at all, no matter what. But if you're forced to lurk onto B, maybe your team is defaulting and your teammates are playing mid and A on the default, and you're forced to go B, then I suggest you do a tripwire like this. And what you can do, you can smoke it off like this. So you can go behind this. You can set up a cam over here. So, because a lot of the time people will, the enemy defenders will try and push up behind this box. Your cam will see that. And then what you can do, you can smoke this off to isolate the angle. So you can then push the guy who's over here. And if he's got a teammate holding him on site with a knob like this, his teammate can't really do much because he's been smoked off. And then you can approach him from this side. Bang. And tap him like that. And then you can use another cage to get out. Or maybe they didn't push up. In that case, if you are lurking onto B, just try and break the utility. Draw attention to yourself. If you're going B, draw attention to yourself so your teammates can go to A. Like that. So, the typical... They're probably going to put their killjoy on B. Or they're going to put a sage wall on B. Try and break the sage wall, you know? If they do sage wall, the sage is probably going to be on this box over there. So, this cam can be used for that. If you don't hear any noise, you don't need to put the cam there. You can put this cam like that on site, you know. Just give... This will clear sight for you nice and easily. That's nice. They might sage wall this. You break the sage wall. Killjoy utility was probably going to be either there, there. So 2 nades would probably be placed there. Because the default plant spot's like here for some reason. And so, as you're planting, the nades are going to hit you. So, that's a problem. But you can just, you know, you can just pre-fire, just spray along this. You can smoke this angle off if you want to be safe. And you can clear angles like this. There's going to be a rat either here, or there's going to be a rat here. Or there's going to be someone there. But if you use your cam, you'll be able to easily clear it. Bang, like this. If not, maybe your cam's broken, or maybe you've used your cam earlier. Then you want to clear the right side first. So have this smoked off.
Cage triggered.
And then clear the right side. Make sure you're far away from this angle so you see the enemy first. Then clear the left. So make sure you're far away from the angle over there. And you'll be able to see the enemy first. And you'll be able to kill them. That's how you get an advantage when peeking on this map. On any map in general. Peek further away from the angle to see the enemy first. And then once you're in this area, you can go into market. Just be careful. They might have a killjoy turret up there. They might have an alarm bot down there. So you have to deal with the utility over here. But once you've dealt with the utility on the front of site, a killjoy is not going to have utility at the back of site. She's not going to have utility here. And usually, she'd play off of a utility, so she'll be the one in market. So, once you break her utility on this side of site, you can literally just chuck another cage there, and now you can walk to back site. Clear this angle, and go into Boba. Going into Boba is your best bet if you're lurking onto B. Why? Because you can access defender spawn, you can access mid top, you can access mid from this area right here. And then once you're here, if you broke utility and then started shifting up towards this area, the killjoy doesn't know if you rotated back, she doesn't know if you pushed onto site. So she'll be paranoid, she'll be scared. And now you can just either kill her or tell your teammates she's there, and then you proceed to walk over here. You'll probably kill the guy who's holding mid. Or you can push into spawn, and they're going to be so tilted because it's so easy to get into spawn on this map. And I've shown it when I lurked onto A, I've shown it when I lurked onto B. So it's so easy, you know, to get into the enemy spawn. And I do suggest if you get onto B site, try and get into Boba. If you can't get into Boba, maybe you don't have the guns, or maybe you don't want to risk it. Maybe you have a gun and the enemy team's on an eco and you decided to lurk, or maybe the last guy alive, or something like that. Then you can go into market. Because once you're in market, you can have mid control yourself. You just got to deal with more utility. If you want, you can smoke this off. That's Boba safe. And now you can go here. You can wait in this corner like this. Or you can wait here like this. Kind of like an off angle. Because people would usually... They'll be looking at this, and then they'll be looking at this, and then they're going to try and swing out to do this. As they're swinging out, you're going to be here. Pow. Easy one tap. So that's kind of how you want to lurk onto this site. Try and get into Boba if you're going B. If you can't, that's fine. As long as you break the utility, that's your main job if you're lurking onto this part of site. Just, you know, drawing attention to yourself. That kind of thing. Breaking the utility. That's what you want to do on B. And the reason I say B is a lot harder to defend is because all of the utility is going to be in like one spot. This is like your main choke point. They can sage slow this. They can sage wall this. They can kill grenade this. They can smoke this off. That's the choke point. That's a problem. Alright, but on A side, if you're lurking, they're probably going to have to divide the utility. So if they've got a Cypher, it's probably going to be playing A side. Alright, and he's going to have one tripwire like this. Watch my defense guide. And he's probably going to have another tripwire either like this or something like this. And what that means is once you've broken one tripwire, you've got access to this entire half of the map. Or if you broke the tripwire on elbow, you've got access to all of this part of the map and towards spawn. All of this is yours now that you broke one tripwire because his utility is divided. Whereas on B side, the utility is going to be in one spot, so you kind of have to deal with more utility at once. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope it helped you guys out. I hope I just cleared up exactly when to lurk in mid, because I think that's so important, lurking on this map. And I've just covered as much as I could and all the ways I lurk on this map. I hope you guys can apply this to your games and I hope it works. I've also got a Discord server, so if you want to join that, do join. If you're a Cypher main, join. If you're not a Cypher main, also join. We're here to have fun. We're here to meet more Valorant players, you know. Send your clips in at the end of each like video. I'm going to try and feature like a clip of the week. So we vote on our favorite clip of the week in Discord server and then we put that in at the end of the video. Kind of get more people in, get like a little Valorant community going on. That'll be nice. If you do want to join, it's in the description. And I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you.